Hello.
Sir,
Good evening to
sir,
good evening. Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, is audible, sir.
Thank you.
Anand, sir.
Thank you. Sir, please allow me to share my screen.
Okay, sir, it is open, sir. It can be allowed.
Now it is okay. Now it is okay.
Please check it, sir, once. If one that is a presentation PPT.
Right, right.
Sir, good evening, Brahmareddy, sir.
సార్ నమస్తే సార్ ఆనంద్ కిషోర్ గారు కరుణ్ కుమార్ గారు
Thank you, sir.
స్పీకర్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో జాయిన్డ్ ఐ థింక్
Yes, sir, sir. Checking is PPT's presentation.
యా ప్లీజ్
Sir, whether my screen is visible, sir?
Sir, it is visible and audible, sir.
Right, sir. No. Okay. Hello. చెప్పండి. No issue, no issue. Right. Brahmareddy garu, good evening, sir.
సార్ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్ నమస్తే
How are you, sir?
ఫైన్ సార్
Okay.
రమారెడ్డి గారు గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
సార్ అందరికి నమస్తే
సార్ ఎక్కడున్నారు? మన నిజామాబాద్ లో ఉన్నారా, హైదరాబాద్కి వచ్చారా?
కమ్ బ్యాక్ టుడే మార్నింగ్
ఓకే.
అదర్ దాన్ హైదరాబాద్ ఎక్కడున్నా అంత ఇదిగా ఉండదండి, నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటది. మనము ఇంకా చాలా డెవలప్ అవ్వాలి కంట్రీ.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్, ప్రొఫెసర్ ఆనంద్ కిషోర్ గారు.
Sir, good evening, sir.
హౌ ఆర్ యు సార్?
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
ఫైన్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Sir. So what is the time given for the presentation, sir? Half an hour or 45 minutes or 1 hour?
It is 45 minutes about, sir.
45 minutes, okay.
45 minutes. Followed by Brahma Reddy sir is also this.
Yeah.
Mine is only 7 to 10 minutes. Let him have more time. The speaker is more this thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And total
Okay.
by 6:20 we should close because 6:30 again our Telangana state this thing is starting.
Correct. Okay.
Webinar. ఇవి పెడతావా ఇవి పెడుతున్నావా ఇవి పెడుతున్నావా డబుల్ దగ్గర
Sir, shall we start the program, sir? Meanwhile, participants can be joined.
స్టార్ట్ చేయండి మీరు యూఆర్ ది బాస్ నౌ టిల్
Yes,
రామ్మోహన్
yes,
గారు
yes,
is
yes,
having
yes, sir.
some adjournment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that with almost 11 members is coming.
స్టార్ట్ చేయండి జాయిన్
Okay. Well, sir, very good evening, sir. It's a privilege to conducting our behalf of the Institute of Engineers, India, Kottagudam local unit. Uh, from the our chairman, Honorable Chairman Ram Mohan Rao, sir, uh, and our Honorary Secretary, Dr. Banda Srikant, sir, and the team, the today the special day of the environmental day on this occasion. The topic is the beat the plastic pollution. The Institute of Engineers India play a vital role in the engineering profession by promoting the professional development and setting standards and fostering collaboration with the engineering community. It's act as a bridge between the academic and industry and government, providing a platform for the engineering and share the knowledge, experience, and best practices and professional development and recognizing of the IE offer the various certificates and standards and accreditations. IE has been recognized as a scientific and industrial research organization, ISRO, by the Indian government. Promoting the collaborations and networking, IE provides a global platform for engineers to share the professional interests and collaborate across the various disciplines. And contributing to the nation development, IE provides the technological advancement and innovation, contributing to the economic growth and the development of the nation. It's play a crucial role in the design, building and maintaining the infrastructure, which are vital for the country development. Uh, in IE also encouraging a sustainable development and green contribution practices, aligning with the national goals. In essence of the IEA serves as a hub for the engineering professions, fostering in excellence, promoting collaborations and contributing to the nation progress through the expertise of these members. This is about our IEA, sir. This is a behalf of the Institute of Engineering Kottagudam local unit. I heartily welcoming to the honorable chief guest of the today function, the engineers Brahma Reddy Garu, an immediate past chairman of the IEA TGSC, and also today guest speaker and keynote speaker, Dr. Anand Kishore Gola, sir. The hearty welcome, sir, for participation in this special day of the World Environmental Day.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, actually, the program today, our chairman, sir, is some essential work in singer and college. So, on behalf of him, I am conducting this program. Today, I would like to introducing our keynote speaker today seminar. Dr. Anand Kishore Sir Kola is a distinguished professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering at the National Institute of Technology, NIT Warangal, with over 26 years of extensive experience in teaching, research, and academic administration. He holds a degree in BTech, MTech, and PhD in chemical engineering, along with additional qualifications, including in MBA in Human Resource Management, MA in Sociology, and BCJ. His core area of the expertise span wastewater treatment, membrane separation process, environmental engineering, nanotechnology, energy and pharmaceutical, and fine chemical process. Dr. Kola has been a recipient of the prestigious international fellowship such as the Newton Baba Fellowship, UK, and Erasmus Fellowships, Portugal, and has completed a postdoctoral fellowship at Instituto Superior Technos, Lisbon. He has successfully led over the 10 founded research projects supported by the DST, DBT, MHRD, CSIR, and other national agencies, and has authored more than 130 publications in reputed journals and conferences. In addition to the mentoring 14 PhDs, 32 MTech, and over 50 BTech students, he holds a granted patent. Dr. Kola sir serves on the editorial and review board of the several national and international journals and contributes to the academic governances as a board of studies and academic councils members in multiple institutions. He is also a key technical committee member of the Telangana State Pollution Control Board and has been involved with the national agency like NBA, NAC, AACT, and CBCB in various experts roles. Dr. Kola has received numerous accolades including the Engineers of the Year Award from the Government of Telangana and other national recognitions for his contribution to the science and education. He has visited several leading global universities such as the University of California, Berkeley, National University of the Singapore, and Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok, and has played critical roles at NIT Warangal in over 30 administrative capacities. He is an active member of the professional bodies like the Institute of Engineers of India, Indian Institute of Chemical Engineering, ISTE, ISCA, and IAENG. This is a brief about the Dr. Anand Krishna Kola, sir. Sir, please carry on for the presentation today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Your Honorable Chief Guest of today's World Environment Day celebrations, Engineer Brahma Reddy Garu, respected Chairman, IEI, Kothagudem Local Center, Engineer K. Rammohan Garu, and Dr. Banda Srikanth, Honorary Secretary of Kothagudem Local Center Institution of Engineers, and Engineer B. Karnakumar Garu, Joint Honorary Secretary of IEI Kothagudem Center and convener of this program. A very good evening and warm welcome, and my best wishes to all the participating online to this keynote speech on Beat Plastic Pollution, and my best wishes on the World Environment Day to all of you. So I will be talking on the environmental impacts of plastic pollution and the solutions and mitigation strategies for sustainable environment. So I am audible now, sir? Screen is visible now?
Yes, sir. It is audible and visible, sir.
Right, thank you. So we all know that United Nations Organization in 2015 had proposed 17 Sustainable Development Goals for ensuring healthy and decent life to every human being who is living on the planet Earth by 2030. They are supposed to be achieved by 2030. And out of 17, the goals related to environment are good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, and life on land. The most important one, which is very much concerned to the theme of World Environment Day 2025 is responsible consumption and production, which is the plastic. As engineers, we are very much responsible to maintain the green environment and to make it sustainable for the next generations to live comfortably and healthily. See, this World Environment Day, why it is celebrated every year and when was it first time celebrated? So it is every year celebrated on 5th June, and 5th June is considered as the World Environment Day, and it was declared by UNO for the first time. This WED was celebrated in 1974, and the theme for every year's Environmental Day has some pressing issue which is to be addressed immediately so that the problems that the people are encountering will be resolved. So hence the theme of WED varies from every year to every year, and for 2024 WED, the theme was land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience with the slogan, Our Land, Our Future. And for the current year, 2025, the theme is End the Plastic Pollution Globally, or Beat Plastic Pollution. And this theme focuses on the pervasive impact of plastic waste on the environment and aims at encouraging every individual, all the governments, and all the organizations to adapt more sustainable practices to reduce plastic consumption and also to reduce pollution posed by the plastic consumption and usage. And the Republic of Korea is hosting the World Environment Day 2025. What actually plastic is? We all know, we have been experiencing that plastic is polluting the environment a lot. What actually this plastic is? What does it actually consist? And the components that are there in the plastic, how they are harmful to the human beings, animal beings, and plant beings, and overall, how it is harmful to the environment. The term plastic includes materials that consist of various elements, maybe carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, and sulfur. And plastics are macromolecules formed by polymerization reaction and have the ability to be shaped into desired forms by the application of reasonable amount of heat and pressure or any other form of forces. Plastics offer or pose a great variety of environmental issues. Polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, polystyrene, etc. are largely used in the manufacture of plastics. Hence, plastics made up of hydrocarbons cause drastic damage to the environment and human health as well because they are not degraded. And therefore, whichever is not biodegradable, that will definitely pose problem to the environment. And as per the Plastic Management Rules 2016, plastic means a material that contains an essential ingredient, maybe a high polymer of ethylene, polypropylene, styrene, vinyl, etc. And plastic is generally derived from either fossil fuels, natural gas, and crude oil. These are all nothing but the petrochemicals. So plastics are derived from mostly petrochemicals. And there are different categories of plastics. It can be a polyethylene terephthalate, which can be used in plastic soft drink bottles. It can be high density polyethylene, which can be used in packaging milk, water, juice, cosmetic, etc. It can be polyvinyl chloride, which is PVC, which can be used in the making of toys, clear food and non-food packaging materials, low density polyethylene, which is used in dry cleaning, bread, and frozen food bags, polypropylene, which is used in ketchup bottles, which can be used in yogurt containers making, polystyrene, generally it is used in compact disc cases and food service applications. And there are some other plastics also, which can be used in custom products, bottles, plastic lumber. We can see the images of various plastic products, and these are all the categories of plastic. Plastic pollution, generally, it is the accumulation of plastic objects in the Earth's environment that adversely affect wildlife, wildlife habitat, and human beings. Plastics that act as pollutants can be microplastics, mesoplastics, and macroplastics based on their sizes. Plastics are inexpensive and durable, and as a result, levels of plastic production by human beings are very, very high because they are not costly, they long last for long time. Therefore, the usage by human beings is very, very high. That is one reason. Moreover, the chemical structure of most plastics renders them resistant to many natural processes of degradation. That means they don't degrade, and as a result, they are slow to degrade. Mostly they don't degrade, and if at all they degrade, they take lot of time to be degraded. And because of these two reasons, one is inexpensive and durable for long time. Another is they are not readily degradable. These two factors together led to a high prominence of plastic pollution in the environment. And plastic pollution can affect land, water bodies, and oceans. Living organisms, particularly marine animals as well as human beings, are also affected by plastic pollution. And as listed earlier, once again, I am giving what are the different chemicals that are there in the plastic. It can be a polypropylene, polystyrene, high impact polystyrene, acrylonitrile, butadiene styrene, polyethylene terephthalate, and polyester, which can be used in fiber making or textile making. And we can see in the slide, the products that are made from plastics are, they can be plastic bags, they can be plastic coatings, plastic furniture, plastic sheets, plastic fittings, plastic tanks, plastic toys, plastic buckets, plastic sanitary ware, and plastic stationery also. And now it is inevitable to escape from plastic usage, but our focus has to be ban on single-use plastic, which cannot be recycled and reused. And the sources of plastic materials can be chips and confectionery bags, bottles, PET bottles, supermarket retail bags, straws, garbage bags, packaging, food bags, cling wrap, fruit juice bottles, water or soft drink bottles, cups or utensils, food containers, and milk bottles, six-pack rings. And also the cigarette lighter is also made up of the plastic. And causes of plastic pollution can be plain old trash. We can see plastic everywhere. Even on those items, you may not expect it to be. Milk cartons are lined with plastic. Water bottles are handed out everywhere. And some products may even contain tiny plastic beads. Therefore, in every consumer product, we see undercurrently there is plastic. And overused and exploited, that overuse and exploitation is also another reason for the plastic pollution. As plastic is less expensive, it is overused, because as human beings, we go and prefer the cheaper products, and as plastic products are very inexpensive, we tend to buy them, and because of that, the usage is behind the control, and that is also one of the reasons for plastic pollution. PET plastic bottles are one of the most common plastic pollutants. Packaged drinking water, carbonated soft drinks, packaged drinks are distributed in PET plastic bottles, and once they are empty, they are thrown away into trash. But that trash, those plastic bottles which are not degradable in nature, they will pose harm to the environment indirectly. May not be immediate effect we notice, but in the long run, there will be a serious impact on the environment due to the throwing of plastic bottles and soft drink bottles in the environment, or in the trash, or in the open garbage. Plastic fishing net and equipment, improper disposal of plastic. If the plastic used is not disposed properly through a scientific procedure, that improper disposal of plastic is also will lead to the pollution of environment, and thereby the human life, animal life, and plant life becomes horrible. And therefore, failure to recycle or upcycle the plastics used also lead to the environmental pollution. And effects of plastic pollution, it upsets the food chain. Suppose we throw carry bags in a water body, the aquatic life consume that plastic, and in turn we consume that aquatic life, either in the form of fish or prawn. Or if we throw plastic on the garbage, if animals or cows or buffaloes eat that, as it is not digestible, not degradable, it will be converted into poisonous material inside the animal body. And if we consume milk and flesh of those, that will lead to the damage of the human health. And also the groundwater pollution, slowly the plastic bottles or plastic bags or single-use plastic which are not meeting the standard size, they slowly leach it into the ground, and they will contaminate the groundwater. If you consume that groundwater, you will be subjected for the damaged health. And land pollution, when plastic is dumped in landfills, it interacts with water and form hazardous chemicals. When these chemicals seep underground, they degrade the water quality, wind carriers and deposits plastic from one place to another, increasing the land litter. It can also get stuck on poles, traffic lights, trees, fences, towers, etc. and animals that may come in the vicinity and might suffocate them to death. Therefore, the land plastic unknowingly pollute the land also. So we can find land pollution, water pollution, air pollution also. So burning of plastic in the open air leads to environmental pollution due to the release of poisonous chemicals because plastic, as we have seen in the previous slides, it consists of carbon, sulfur, nitrogen, and these are all the poisonous chemicals. And when plastic is burned, the polluted air, when inhaled by human beings and animal beings, affect their health and can cause respiratory diseases. It kills animals also. And despite countless TV ads over the years showing ducks or dolphins trapped in six-ring plastic can holders, these items are still used and discarded en masses each day, whether because the mass of plastic has displaced animals or the related toxins have poisoned them. Plastic pollution does a lot of damage to the world's ecosystem because plastic contains toxins, toxic materials, and when plastic is dumped in open ground or open air, when the animals consume that plastic and toxins are released, and animals will also undergo serious health issues. And plastic itself is very much poisonous in nature, and because of the poisonous nature of plastic, it will lead to many health issues to all the kinds of lives. And it costs millions of dollars each year to clean affected areas after exposure. So once a particular area is contaminated with land pollution or groundwater pollution or air pollution, to reclaim to its normalcy, lot of expenditure is required to maintain the affected area in a congenial way. We can see in this slide, lot of animals or cattle are affected by consuming the unmindful usage of the plastic. After plastic is used, it is thrown in open ads, and when animals or cattle go for grazing, they may consume these plastics, and these plastics are consisting of lot of chemicals, and all chemicals, as we know, are poisonous or carcinogenic in nature. Therefore, the cattle, birds, marine animals, and also corals will be affected by the poisonous effect of these plastics. And what are the solutions that we have in our hand as engineers? What is our moral responsibility? What expertise we can offer to each individual, each organization, and how to cooperate with the government in minimizing the plastic use, thereby saving the environment from pollution and giving the green and safe environment for the next generations. And it is the responsibility of all people. Governments alone cannot ensure the environment from becoming pollution. It is the responsibility of every human being, as told by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in European Parliament when he was supposed to speak on the world peace. He said, world peace is not possible only at the world level. For the peace to prevail at the world level, there must be peace at the individual levels also. What he said is, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the family. When there is harmony in the family, there is order in the nation. when there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. Therefore, for the peace to prevail at the world level, every individual has to be righteous, has to be honest. Similarly, for the environment to be safer from pollution, it is the responsibility of every stakeholder in the environment to be careful, to be responsible in using the plastic. As plastic usage has become inevitable, we have to use it mindfully and we have to process it mindfully after usage. We should not throw in the open ads. We should not show in the dump ad. And if we do that, environment will be spoiled. And there is a saying or fact that I read in newspaper. In some village, there was a theft. There was a theft, and each individual felt that that theft has not occurred in our street. Next week, theft occurred in their street. The people in that street thought that theft did not happen in their home, but ultimately it happened in their home also. Therefore, when there was a theft in the village, if every villager realizes, if every villager had realized, there would not have any theft in their street and ultimately in their home. So it is the responsibility of every human being, and more basically, it is the responsibility of we engineers to guide our fellow beings, to suggest our fellow beings to use plastic mindfully to save the environment for future generations. And we have to get rid of using the bottled water. We should use the steel bottle in place of plastic bottle. If at all plastic bottle is to be used, we have to see whether it is whether it is made up of single use plastic or whether it has got the standard norms of size. What is the micron size of the plastic bottle that we have to focus on. Forget to go containers. So plastic food containers, lids and utensils are all easily replaced by reusable containers, which will cut down significantly on even a single meal's waste. Therefore, we have to educate the business people, those who are maintaining or running restaurants or business units. We have to educate them to avoid using the plastic bottles, plastic glasses, and we have to encourage them and guide them to use the steel bottles in their business operations. And we have to involve in speaking to lawmakers and also get involved with the government on any level, and we will see how many special interest groups have been made so that we are dependent on plastic without needing to be. So encourage development of items and propose alternatives when applicable. We can, in the place of non-degradable plastic, we can advise to go for biodegradable materials for making plastic bottles or for making bottles or glasses. And recycling also matters in preventing environment from pollution. Therefore, what type of recycling procedure is adapted, whether that is scientifically approved or not, we need to guide the entrepreneurs, we need to guide the business operators or restaurant owners. So Government of India has been taking several steps, and with Beat Plastic Pollution as a theme for this year's World Environment Day, India went big with an announcement to wipe out all the single-use plastics from the country by 2032, not 2022, 2032. And this announcement gave an extension to the activities carried on by millions of Indians like policymakers, celebrities, business magnates, and small entrepreneurs, innovators, environmentalists, and activists against plastic pollution around the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi applauded World Environment Day as an outset of a global movement to overthrow single-use plastics, which will contribute to the country's rapid economic development. Therefore, there is a ban on single-use plastic, and there is a list which are single-use plastics and which plastic products are to be banned from day-to-day usage. And there are pan-India initiatives also on plastic pollution, use of recyclables in government offices in Kerala, extracting of plastic waste from water bodies in Kerala, tackling plastic use in Sikkim, utilizing plastic for road surfacing, recycling plastic for better purposes, adoption of co-processing of waste technique in Gujarat to deal with plastic pollution, introduction of Beat Plastic Pollution Drive by Sustainable Environment and Ecological Development Society in East Delhi schools, fishermen of Kerala turning plastics from ocean into roads. So plastics nowadays are being used in road laying also. Therefore, what are these single-use plastics? Single-use plastics are also known as disposable plastics. They are used only once before they are thrown away or recycled. They can be the plastic bags that we see in the vegetable market, that we see in the supermarkets or kirana stores, coffee stirrers, straws, soda or water bottles, and most food packaging materials. Today, single-use plastic is a huge problem, and the environment is being polluted not by every plastic product, and environment is polluted only by the single-use plastic materials. And every day, 500,000 straws are used in the world. We produce 300 million tons of plastic each year worldwide, half of which is for single-use items. That is nearly equivalent to the weight of the entire human population. We can see the single-use plastic materials in the slide, and these are not recyclable. Therefore, we have to ban using them. And the government of Telangana, through Telangana Pollution Control Board, has been educating every human being through different awareness programs to ban the single-use plastics. And it is educating the vendors also, it is educating the business unit operators also, and even it is educating every shopkeeper in not to sell the single-use plastic bags or different single-use plastic products. And in India, 9.46 million tons of plastic is generated every year, out of which 43% is only from single-use plastic. Therefore, the contribution of single-use plastic in the environmental pollution is very, very high. If we can ban on using the single-use plastic, we can save the environment from pollution to a larger extent. And there are a lot of injurious and serious effects from using the single-use plastic to the environment, and using SUP is an environmental catastrophe of our own making. We produce over 300 million tons of plastic every year. Nearly half of this we use just once, then throw it away. Maybe a carry bag, maybe a disposable glass, and these are all the single-use plastic made products, and we use them every day, and after usage, we throw them in the dustbin or in the water body or at the open dump yard. But that slowly percolates in the ground and pollutes the land and also pollutes the groundwater. And all those are the poisonous chemicals. They slowly leach it into the groundwater, and groundwater is polluted. And if that contaminated water is consumed by either plant beings or animal beings or human beings, and those leachates offer or pose lot of serious health issues. And effects of plastic debris. Plastic debris makes the land infertile due to its barrier properties, because they are all the polymeric materials are barriers. They don't allow anything to pass through them. And because of the barrier properties, they make the land infertile because they do not allow anything to pass through them. More than 1 million seabirds and 10,000 marine mammals die each year as a consequence of plastic debris thrown in the water body, maybe a pond, maybe an ocean because of that. And this plastic is hazard to maritime activities, including fishing and tourism. And they even kill the cattle, they kill the aquatic life, they pollute soil, they pollute air, they pollute water, and they are carcinogenic in nature. They create different health issues to the human beings, maybe breathing difficulties, irritation in eyes, headache, thyroid problem, lung problem, and diarrhea, skin diseases, and they also affect the birth. They cause the infertility problem to the human beings also. And the plastics kill plants and animals, birds, corals, even cattle, and effects of burning plastic. So we think that after the single-use plastic products are used, we can throw them in the open air and we can burn them. But burning the plastic is not advisable. There are serious effects on burning the plastic like irritation in the eye. Sometimes there can be vision failure, and that plastic contains carbon. Carbon dioxide is generated when plastic is burned, and carbon dioxide in its excess limits causes breathing difficulty. It also causes respiratory diseases, liver dysfunctioning, cancer, skin diseases, lung problems, headache, dizziness, genotoxic, and cardiovascular diseases are also expected to come because of incineration of plastic or burning of plastic in the open air. When plastic is burnt in air, it releases poisonous chemicals such as carbon monoxide, chlorine, hydrochloric acid, dioxin, furans, amines, nitrites, styrene, benzene. Benzene is very carcinogenic in nature, and when these are mixed in the environment, the environmental air is polluted, and when we inhale the polluted air, it will cause the respiratory diseases to the human beings and plant beings also. And there are serious effects of single-use plastics like economic impacts. Indirectly, the plastics that is thrown in the oceans, water bodies, that will affect on the tourism, that will affect the fishing activity by the fishermen, which is their livelihood.
మీరు చూడండి ఇప్పుడు మనం
Also,
మార్కెట్
the shipping industries,
ఏదో
the
తీసుకుంటాం
high cost of
మనం సంచి
transport
పట్టుకొని
of
పోతాం.
lightweight
అదే కదా మరి.
plastic to
మనకు ఆ
ships
సోయి
and
ఉంటే
plants.
సంచి
There will be difficulty in recycling at local plants. Future costs of removal of accumulated plastic litter in the environment will become an economic impact to the nation and for that matter to the world also. So if plastic is slowly accumulated, on a fine day, ultimately we have to remove that accumulated plastic. So the responsibility of every engineer is prevent the clear the yesterday's waste and prevent tomorrow's pollution. So we have to prevent the environment from polluting tomorrow, and also we have to clean the waste that is dumped in the environment yesterday. Therefore, it is the responsibility of every engineer to clean the yesterday's waste and prevent tomorrow's pollution. And as we all aware, this plastic use, single-use plastic usage poses a lot of health impacts. The blockage, sewage systems provide breeding grounds for mosquitoes, thereby raising the risk of malaria transmission. Some people, after the carry bag, plastic carry bag is used, they throw the carry bag in the sewage system. But it blocks the sewage system and it will become a breeder for the mosquitoes, and mosquitoes grow and transmit the malaria from one to another and release toxic chemicals and emissions if burned. Food chain contamination. So if plastic is thrown in a water body, fish consume that plastic and we consume the fish, and the food is contaminated from one to another through food chain. Therefore, it has got lot of health impacts also. And there are certain rules how to manage the plastic waste, and the rules that were made in 2016 were amended in 2021, and the column number 3 is the previous rule or sub rule, and column number 4 is the amended rule, and the column number 5, it gives us the understanding what to do and what not to do, how to process the plastic, how to use the plastic, which plastic is to be used. So rule number, that is plastic waste management rule 2. Earlier, before 2021, that means as per 2016 plastic waste management rule, these rules shall apply to every waste generator, local body, gram panchayat, manufacturer, importers and producer. And it was amended in 2021 too. These rules shall apply to every waste generator, local body, gram panchayat, manufacturer, importers, brand owner, plastic waste processor, whether he is a recycler or co-processor and producer. So more that in addition to these people, brand owners, plastic waste processors, including recycler, co-processor, are included in the amended rule. Therefore, right from the consumer to the producer, they should follow the plastic management rules in spirit. Then only we can save the environment from pollution. And as for rule 3, plastic waste processing means any process by which plastic waste is handled for the purpose of reuse, recycle, co-processing or transmission into new products. And this is added in the new rule. So there are rules how to process the plastic waste mindfully so that we can save the environment. And the rules that were made in 2016 are amended, and in the amendment, the responsibility of every consumer, the responsibility of producer, recycler or co-processor has increased, and everybody made very much responsible and for mindful usage of plastic to avoid the environment from pollution due to the single-use plastic usage. And each rule has its critical meaning, and everybody is advised to adhere to the rules in processing the plastic. And what do the rules actually say? Whether they are rules 1 to 17 or 1 to 20, what actually they say? They speak about the source segregation. They are to be, the plastic is to be segregated at the source based on the size, based on the nature, and no open disposal, no burning. Process wet waste within the premises. If it is dry waste, it can be taken from the source and it can be recycled or processed elsewhere, but wet has to be processed within the premises. Penalty on non-compliance. If anybody is deviating or not following the plastic management rules in toto, a penalty can be imposed on the non-compliance. And there is priority is to be followed. Whatever action we are taking on plastic usage, priority, improve waste management systems. The old methods are to be discarded, and whatever new methods have been proposed by the government, by the research organizations, the new waste management systems are to be put into practice to make, and we have to create awareness to every human being. promote eco-friendly alternatives to phase out single-use plastics. If we say don't use SUP, we should also tell the consumers what are to be used in the place of SUP, and then educate consumers to make environmentally friendly choices. We have to educate everybody. If we don't save environment from today's pollution, tomorrow we cannot give greener environment to our children. Our children, our forefathers lived in a very good, compatible environment. They did not use any air conditioners. They did not use, uh, and today it has become inevitable to use AC in the summer season because of the global warming. And this global warming is due to the unmindful usage of products and throwing them in open air. Then enable voluntary reduction strategies. The best way is the best way to save environment from plastic pollution is to reduce the consumption voluntarily. Instead of using a plastic carry bag, we can use a cloth bag. Therefore, we have to educate the every consumer through different forums, through our different engineering forums, to voluntary reduction of plastic materials. Ban or introduce levies on the use and sale of single-use plastic items. We have we have been noticing the municipality officers. They are riding on the shopkeepers. They are riding on the vegetable vendors wherever they are using the plastic carry bags to sell their goods. So fines are levied on the people who are selling the goods in carry bags. So what can we do to avoid using single-use plastic? We can use a reusable water bottle instead of plastic water bottle. We can use a reusable cloth bag to the store instead of plastic carry bag. We should avoid overly packaged items such as pre-cut fruits and vegetables at the grocery store. Whenever we go to any supermarket, the cut fruits are packaged in a plastic bag. The vegetables are packaged readily in a plastic bag, which are not meeting the standards, and we can avoid overly packaged items. Grocery shop at a bulk food store, repurpose old bottles or containers. This is the best way to avoid using SUP. And what can we do more? Say no to plastic checkout bags while shopping and buy reusable bags or bring your own for your shopping instead of using plastic carry bags. We have to educate every human being by practicing ourselves instead of using plastic carry bags. We should carry our own cloth bag whenever we are going for shopping to a supermarket or a vegetable market. And that is the best way to avoid using single-use plastic and thereby saving environment from pollution. Therefore, we have to say no to plastic bag and we have to say yes to only cloth bags. And we have to manage the plastic waste mindfully. We have to use scientific methods. And if we don't use scientific methods in managing plastic waste, that also leads to severe environmental issues. And plastic management can be done through conventional technology and new technology. We have to say no to incineration, no to landfilling, no to mechanical recycling. Now we have to go for the pyrolysis technology, polymer blended bitumen road co-processing of plastic waste. Nowadays, the civil engineers, they are using the plastic blended bitumen for road making, and we are going for pyrolysis technology in the place of mechanical recycling. And plastics can be recycled through different stages. The first stage is selection, then segregation, and the processing. After selection and segregation, the pre-consumer waste, maybe the factory waste, shall be directly recycled. The post-consumer waste, that is used plastic waste, shall be washed, shredded, agglomerated, extruded, and it should be granulated. So plastic bag recycling program starts from shoppers, then goes to bags are collected, then bales are transported, then used bags are cleaned, processed, and repelleted, and then new plastic bags are made using the recycled material. Therefore, plastics can be recycled instead of throwing them in water bodies or throwing them in open air. And landfilling is nowadays is discouraged because the landfilling of plastic, it is ultimately posing the groundwater contamination. Incineration of plastic is posing air pollution, and whatever plastic waste is there, it can be used for road making. And nowadays, Government of India is encouraging and it is giving financial support to the organizations which are converting the plastic waste into road making material, bitumen road, and co-processing of plastic waste in cement kiln. Plastic waste can also be used as an alternate fuel, as a raw material in the cement kiln, and kiln that is burning, it is burnt inside, no escape of fugitive emissions into the environment. Therefore, it can be used in cement kiln also. Pyrolysis technology is nowadays in place where the plastic is burnt in the absence of oxygen, and when optimized, the most likely compounds formed are methane, carbon monoxide, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and water molecules. We can use plastic waste for the methane generation, hydrogen generation, and carbon dioxide generation for beautiful images, and conversion of plastic waste into liquid fuel also. We can do it through pyrolysis process. Plastic can be converted into liquid fuels also. And the process of plastic waste to fuel conversion, wherever plastic waste is noticed, that plastic waste can be collected, then it can be processed in a machine, and that processed plastic can be resulted into a fuel. And what we have to do is, the plastic waste is to be melted, water heating is done, and both go to the supercritical water reaction, and then it is cooled. Three products are formed: gas, oil, and water. They are separated on the basis of their molecular weight in the industries, and finally it can be used as a fuel. So plastic waste can be converted into fuel. Therefore, there is nothing waste in the world. We can create wealth from any waste. And nowadays, the biological method is bioremediation. Bioremediation can avoid the detoxification and decontamination of water bodies or landfilling using microorganisms, and plastic polymers can be separated, biodegraded when subjected to heteroatomic molecules, nitrogen or oxygen, and the presence of a carbon. So this facilitates the beginning of biodegradation of the waste. Also, extracellular enzymes are applied for plastic polymer fragmentation. So plastic can be fragmented into small particles with the help of bioremediation, and we can degrade the material from polluting the environment. And this is the bioremediation process. Nowadays, this is also is very much in use. Plastic, instead of incineration, instead of landfilling, it can be subjected for remediation using microorganisms, which is the most widely used method nowadays. And there are alternatives for plastics. Best alternatives are, we can use stainless steel in the place of plastic. We can use stainless glass, platinum, silicon, beeswax coated cloth, natural fiber cloth, wood, bamboo, potter and other ceramics, paper and cardboard. in the place of plastic made products. Instead of plastic bottle, we have to go for stainless bottle. Instead of material made from plastic, we have to go for the material made from bamboo or wood. And there are bioplastics also, biodegradable or compostable plastics made from natural substances instead of petroleum or bio. That means all plastics are made from petrochemicals. Instead of plastics made from petrochemicals, we can make plastic from biomaterials. Those plastics can become bioplastics and they are biodegradable in nature. If any product is degradable in nature, biologically, that product does not offer any environmental pollution. So we have to encourage that. And every human being should have general knowledge on segregation of plastic materials, how to segregate the wet from dry, how to separate the sanitary or hazardous waste, e-waste, recyclable or dry waste, and how to separate the kitchen waste, batteries, plastics, so that they are not dumped in the same place. Depending on their type, they can be separated and processed separately. And there are very, very simple ways to reduce single-use plastics. We have to say no to single-use plastic and encourage using bioplastics or products made from the biodegradable materials only. So everybody should aware of the 5 R's. Reduce. We have to, first of all, reduce using the products made from plastic, and we have to encourage using products made from either organically degradable materials or bioplastic materials. And when usage is not inevitable, we have to go for the material which can be reused, which can be recycled, which can be recovered. So best policy is refuse plastic bags, refuse straws, refuse cups made up of the single-use plastic materials. And that is the best way to avoid the environment from pollution. Therefore, the plastic pollution is everybody's problem. It is the responsibility of every engineer, every conscious human being to say no to single-use plastic to save the environment from pollution. It doesn't mind, it doesn't mind if we don't give property to our children, but if we don't give cleaner environment to our children, even if we give used properties, those properties will become useless because properties don't allow the human beings to live happily if the environment is not clean. Therefore, my appeal to all the responsible human beings to educate our fellow being in not using the single-use plastic and save environment from the plastic pollution. Then only we can beat the plastic pollution globally. We can put an ending to the plastic pollution when we follow and educate our fellow beings to follow the same set of rules. Thank you all very much for giving me this opportunity, for sharing my little expertise on plastic and its ballistic effects on the human as well as animal life. Thank you all very much. Over to the convener, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Very highly informative and very important topic. How the single usage of plastic and how the human being behaving towards the plastic usage and how to this control and also alternative things and the responsibility of the human towards the plastic usage. They excellently narrated, sir. It is highly informative and it is for the students as well as research scholars as well as the audience. Very excellently delivered by the Dr. Anand Kishore, sir. Thank you, sir. I am inviting the today chief guest of our today beat the plastic pollution, Dr. B. Brahma Reddy Garu. Briefly about his profile, I am reading. Presently, serving as an advisor to FSME, Federation of the Small and Medium Enterprises of India, and advisor to SLV Board, Group of Engineering Institutions, board member, Sainik Welfare and Government of Telangana, and a mentor of the 5G startup. Honorary service renders as a chairman in 2021-23 IE Telangana State Center, and council member also IEI in 2015 to 23, and honorary secretary IEI APSC Hyderabad in 2012 to 15, board of the management ESCI 2014 to 23, honorary secretary IIT Urban TG and AP States Hyderabad, and previously served as the secretary and director general of IEI, a senior executive PSB, VP Toshiba American MRI in San Francisco, and also member Digital India and former engineer Indian Air Forces. Sir, I requesting the Dr. Engineer B. Brahma Reddy Garu, please brief out about today's session, sir. Sir, Brahma Reddy Garu.
Okay. Yeah. Now it is okay. Now I think.
Now you are.
Yeah. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Of course, I'm known to many of the participants who are on the virtual screen. And today's ఈ రోజు గౌరవులైన అధ్యక్షులు రామ్మోహన్ గారు, తర్వాత గౌరవనీయ అతిథి ప్రసంగం చేసిన ప్రొఫెసర్ ఆనంద్ కిషోర్ గారు, అలాగే ఎంటైర్ ఈవెంట్ ని ఈరోజు ప్రిసైడ్ చేసిన కరుణ్ కుమార్ గారు, తర్వాత ఆనరీ సెక్రటరీ బండవ శ్రీకాంత్ గారు, మా కొలీగ్స్ తెలంగాణ స్టేట్ సెంటర్ ప్రొఫెసర్ రమణా నాయక్ అండ్ ప్రొఫెసర్ మొయిద్దీన్, I think Shyam Prasad Reddy and all members who are available and participated in this program. అందరికి ఈరోజు శుభ సాయంత్రం. నేను మామూలు ఇంగ్లీష్లో మా తెలుగు కష్టమే కానీ బట్ ఈరోజు నేను ఈ పర్యావరణ వర్ణ దినం సందర్భంగా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడుతున్నాను. ఈ ప్రపంచ పర్యావరణ దినోత్సవ సందర్భంగా భారత ఇంజనీర్ల సంస్థ కొత్తగూడెం లోకల్ సెంటర్ వేదికపై మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ కలవడము నాకు ఎంతో గౌరవప్రదమైన ప్రివిలేజ్. ఈ సంవత్సరం థీము బీట్ ది ప్లాస్టిక్ పొల్యూషన్, తెలుగులో ప్లాస్టిక్ కాలుష్యాన్ని ఓడించండి. ఒక నినాదమే కాదు, ఇది మన సమాజాన్ని చైతన్యపరిచే అత్యవసరమైన పిలుపు కూడా. ఒకే ఊరికే ఏదో నినాదం చేసుకున్నాం వెళ్ళిపోయాం కాదు, ఇది త్రూఅవుట్ ద ఇయర్. మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ ఏదన్నా ఈ సంవత్సరంలో ఈ యొక్క నినాదాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకుపోయి సమాజంలో చైతన్యపరిచే విధంగా మనం ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీర్స్ మనం దీనికి కృషి చేయవలసిందిగా చేయాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. ఒకప్పుడు మనము ప్లాస్టిక్ వచ్చిన కొత్తలో ప్లాస్టిక్ ని ఒక మిరాకిల్ మెటీరియల్ అన్నట్టుగా చాలా గొప్పగా చెప్పుకున్నారు ఆ రోజుల్లో. బట్ అది మీరు అన్నట్లు స్పీకర్ గారు చెప్పారు, ఓవర్ యూజ్ అయింది. అండ్ ఎంత యూజ్ చేయాలి అంత దానికన్నా కూడా ఎక్కువ. ప్రతిదీ ప్లాస్టిక్ ఈజ్ బికమ్ నౌ ఎసెన్షియల్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది థింగ్స్ ఏవైతే చేస్తున్నామో. ప్రతి హ్యూమన్ బ్యాగుల దగ్గర నుంచి, నీళ్లు తాగే దగ్గర నుంచి, టీ తాగేదాకా ప్లాస్టిక్ కప్పులు, ప్లాస్టికే వాడుతున్నాం. కాబట్టి అదంతా కూడా ఆయన చెప్పినట్టు ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ హార్మ్ఫుల్ టు ది హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్స్, అలాగే భూమికి ప్లస్ ఎంటైర్ వాతావరణానికి అది ఎంతో హార్మ్ఫుల్. కాబట్టి దాన్ని మనం కంట్రోల్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. అప్పుడు మనం ఇది మహాసముద్రాల లోతుల్లో నుండి పర్వత శిఖరాల వరకు ప్లాస్టిక్ వ్యర్థాలు జీవ వైవిధ్యాన్ని నాశనం చేస్తున్నాయని ఆయన ఎంతో ఆనంద్ కిషోర్ గారు విడమర్చి చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ప్లాస్టిక్ వ్యర్థాలు అనేవి ఈ జంతువులకే కాదు, మనకి ఆహారంలో కలిసి కానీ ఏదో ఒక రూపంలో మనం మన దీనికి వెళ్ళి మనకి ఆరోగ్యపరంగా హ్యూమన్ రేసే కొన్ని సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత చాలా ప్రాబ్లమేటిక్ అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఆయన చెప్పిన దాంట్లో చాలా ట్రూత్ ఉంది. చాలా ప్రతి నిమిషం ఒక చెత్త ట్రక్ పరిమాణము ప్లాస్టిక్ మహాసముద్రంలోకి పడుతుందంటే ఆశ్చర్యం కాదు. ఆయనే చెప్పారు. దగ్గర దగ్గర 10,000 మెరైన్ మమ్మల్స్, అలాగే లక్షల దాకా ప్రాణాలు దీంట్లో కలిసిపోతున్నాయి సముద్రంలో దీనివల్ల. ఆ స్థితి కొనసాగితే ఆయన 2032 దాకా చెప్పినట్టున్నది. నాకు తెలిసి 2050 నాటికి సముద్రాల్లో చేపలు కూడా ఉండవేమో. ఎందుకంటే అవి కూడా ప్లాస్టిక్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దానివల్ల వాటికి కూడా ఇది ఈ ప్రమాదం సోకే అవకాశం ఉంది. అయితే ఇంజనీర్లుగా మన పాత్ర ఏంటి? ప్రియమైన మిత్రులారా, మనం కేవలం నిర్మాణాలు చేసేవారే కాదు, భవిష్యత్తు కూడా నిర్మించుకోవాలి. అది చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్, భవిష్యత్తు నిర్మించుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే ప్లాస్టిక్‌ని ఇంకా తీసుకుంటే ఆయన చెప్పినట్టు కొన్నాళ్ళకి భవిష్యత్తే ఉండదు, మనిషే ఉండడు, ఇక భవిష్యత్తు కోసమే ఉండదు. కాబట్టి యాజ్ ఎ ఇంజినీర్ మనకి చాలా ఆహ్, బాధ్యత ఉంది దీని మీద. ఒక వాడుక ప్లాస్టిక్‌ని దాన్ని ప్రత్యామ్నాయంగా బయోడిగ్రేడబుల్ పదార్థాలని అభివృద్ధి చేద్దాం. అండ్ నాకు కొత్తగా ఇవన్నీ నిన్నంతా చదివిన తర్వాత నాకు ఒక కొత్త ఐడియా వచ్చింది. మనము వన్ ఆఫ్ ది లార్జెస్ట్ బనానా ఎక్స్‌పోర్టింగ్ కంట్రీ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్ అండ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది లార్జెస్ట్ కంట్రీ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ బనానాస్ ఇన్ ది వరల్డ్. ఆ బనానా తొక్కని తీసి పారేస్తాం. ఎక్కడెళ్తుంది అది? వన్ గుడ్ ఇంజినీర్ ఇన్ బెంగుళూరు ఆ పీల్ చేసిన బనానా తొక్కని దాన్ని పేపర్ లాగా తయారు చేసి ఈజ్ యూజింగ్ బ్యాగ్స్ అండ్ గ్లాసెస్. సో అలాంటి బయోడిగ్రేడబుల్ పదార్థాలని మనము తయారు చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఈ బాధ్యత మన మీద ఉంది. ఇంజనీర్లుగా మన మీద ఉంది ఈ బాధ్యత. ఎందుకంటే ఈ సమాజానికి ఏది చేసినా, మంచి చేసినా అది ఇంజనీర్ ద్వారా వస్తుంది. మిగతా అందరూ సమాజాన్ని వాడుకుంటారు. బట్ ఇంజనీర్ ఒక్కడే సమాజానికి ఉపయోగపడేది. ఇది మనం గుర్తుంచుకొని మనకి ప్రజల్లోకి కూడా అవగాహన తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. అండ్ సమగ్రమైన ప్రణాళికని గవర్నమెంట్ చేయాలి. దాన్ని ఆయన చెప్పినట్టు అదే పునర్వినియోగ విధానాలను కూడా ఎలా ఉంచాలనేది కూడా మనం ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళకి అవగాహన కావాలి. ఈ అవగాహన దీన్ని ఈ రోజైతే ఏదైతే మనం అంటున్నామో ప్లాస్టిక్ ఓడిద్దామని, ఈ ఓడిద్దాం అనేది ఒక నినాదం కాకుండా దీన్ని అందరికి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. తీసుకెళ్ళినప్పుడే దానికి ఒక గుడ్ రిజల్ట్ వస్తుంది. ఆ అవగాహన కోసం మనం ప్రజలకు విద్యావంతులు చేయాలి. ఐ థింక్ మన తరఫున మనం ఒక్కరోజు ఏదో ప్రోగ్రామ్ పెట్టేసి ఈ రోజు ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ డే ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈ రోజు మాట్లాడుకొని కాకుండా మనము మంత్లీనో లేకపోతే 3 మంత్స్‌కి ఒకసారి ఒక మంచి ప్రోగ్రామ్ పెట్టి ఇన్‌స్టిట్యూషన్‌లో కనీసం 1 డే సెమినారు ఈ ప్లాస్టిక్ మీద బాగా నిష్ణాతులను పిలిచి కాలేజీ స్టూడెంట్స్‌కి ఈవెన్ అవసరమైతే కాలేజీకి పోయి కూడా ఇవ్వగలిగితే కొంత అవగాహన పెరుగుతుంది అనేది నా అభిప్రాయము. దానితో మీరందరూ కూడా ఏకీభవిస్తారు. అలాగే నిత్య జీవితంలో మార్పు మన ఇళ్లల్లో, మన కార్యాలయాల్లో ఆయన చెప్పాడు 5 Rలు అని. రెడ్యూస్, రీయూజ్, రీసైకిల్, డిపోజ్ అండ్ రెఫ్యూజ్. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ నినాదాన్ని డెఫినెట్‌గా మనము సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు ఎక్కడుందో అక్కడ రెఫ్యూజ్ చేయాలి. ఎస్పెషల్లీ మనం ఎక్కడెళ్తాము కప్పులు లేవు, ప్లాస్టిక్ కప్‌లో టీ ఇస్తారు. యూ డోంట్ డ్రింక్. ఎందుకంటే మనము అది మనకు తెలియకుండా మనం మన ఓన్ దీనికి శరీరానికి కూడా మనము హార్మ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి అలాంటిది మనం అక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. మన నుంచి మనం బిఫోర్ ఇంకొకటి చెప్పే ముందు మనం కూడా పాటించి అలాగే అమలు చేయాలనేది ఒక నినాదం. ఈ నినాదాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళటం చాలా మంచిది. కొత్తగూడెం ప్రాంతం గోదావరి తీరంలో ఉన్న పచ్చదనానికి పెట్టింది పేరు. ఇది పునరుపయోగానికి ఆదర్శంగా మారాలి కొత్తగూడెం సెంటరు. అండ్ ప్లాస్టిక్ కాలుష్యాన్ని తగ్గిస్తూ టెక్నాలజీ ఆధారంగా పరిష్కారాలు కూడా మనము కనుక్కోవాలి, కల్పించాలి. అండ్ ఎక్కడున్నా మనం వెతకాలి. అండ్ యువతకి సందేశం ఏమి ఇవ్వాలి మనము? ఎవరైనా బడ్డింగ్ ఇంజనీర్లు అందరికి కూడా పర్యావరణ పరిరక్షణ అనేది వాళ్ళకి రెండవ భాషగా మార్చుకోవాలి. అదేదో ఒక లాంగ్వేజ్, సెకండ్ లాంగ్వేజ్గా ఆ పాయింట్ అనేది ఎంతో ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని చెప్పి వాళ్ళు గుర్తించాల్సిన అవసరం స్టూడెంట్ కమ్యూనిటీ నుంచే ఉంది. అది వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకుంటే రాబోయే భవిష్యత్తులో ఈ ఫ్యూచర్ జనరేషన్ కూడా చాలా బాగుంటుంది. గ్రీన్ టెక్నాలజీ అభివృద్ధి చేయండి. అలాగే పర్యావరణ నైతికతను కూడా నాయకత్వం వహించి మన చేతుల్లోనే రేపటి భూమి ఉంది అనేది గుర్తించి ఈ ఈ యువతలు ముందుకు రావాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. ఇది ఏదో మనం ఈ రోజు రిటైర్ అయ్యాము, 4 స్లోగన్లు చెప్పి 4 మీటింగుల్లో చెప్పి వెళ్ళటం కాదు. ఇది మనకు కనపడిన ప్రతి యువతలో మన ఇంటి దగ్గర నుంచి మనం స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. నేనైతే ఎక్కడికన్నా వెళ్తే పేపరు దాంట్లో కూడా టీ తాగటం మానేసి, ఎందుకంటే ఈవెన్ పేపర్లో కూడా ఫెవికోల్ పెట్టి పేపర్ కప్ అతికిస్తారు. ఆ ఫెవికోల్ హాట్ టీ కానీ కాఫీ పెట్టినప్పుడు అది మెల్ట్ అయ్యి దానిలో ఉన్న కెమికల్ దానిలో కలిసిపోతుంది. అండ్ వి టేక్ దట్. సో అదొకటి మనం ఇలాంటిది మనం లెట్ us స్టార్ట్ రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ ఓన్ దిస్ థింగ్. సో మన ఈ ప్లానెట్ ని పచ్చగా ఉంచుకోవాలన్నా ఎప్పటికీ మనం ఒక బాధ్యతగా కట్టుబడి ఉండి మొక్కలు నాటము, మనకి వీలైనప్పుడల్లా ఎక్కడ వీలైతే అక్కడ ఒక పచ్చని చెట్టు నాటం అనేది మన బాధ్యతగా మనము గుర్తించాలి. దీన్ని ఒక ప్రతిజ్ఞగా తీసుకొని మనం మీరందరూ కూడా ఉచ్చరిస్తారు అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఈ ప్రపంచ పర్యావరణ దినోత్సవ 2025 సందర్భంగా నేను ఒకే వాడుక ప్లాస్టిక్ కు నో చెప్తాను. అంటే సింగిల్ కాదు, రీయూజబుల్ కూడా చేయాలి అనేది దానికి స్లోగను. నా దైనందిన జీవితంలో ప్లాస్టిక్ వ్యర్థాలను తగ్గిస్తాను. పర్యావరణ అనుకూలమైన ప్రత్యామ్నాయాల్ని ప్రోత్సహిస్తాను. భూమి, నదులు మరియు సముద్రాలను పరిరక్షిస్తాను. ఇంజనీరుగా ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీర్స్ యొక్క పౌరుడిగా మెంబర్గా భూమి పరిరక్షకుడిగా బాధ్యత వహిస్తాను. ఇది ప్రతిజ్ఞ అండి నాది. మీరు కూడా అనుకొని ఉంటారు లోపల ఈ ప్రతిజ్ఞని మీరు బాధ్యతగా తీసుకొని ఈ బాధ్యతను మీరు నెరవేర్చాలని మీకు ధన్యవాదాలు చెబుతూ మరొకసారి ఈ ఏమంటారు ప్లాస్టిక్ భూతాన్ని, కాలుష్యాన్ని ఓడిద్దాము. ఇవాళే కాదు, ఒకరోజు కాదు, ప్రతిదినము మనం పాటిద్దాము, ప్రతి సంవత్సరం మనం పాటిద్దాము. ఈ మెసేజ్తో నేను మీ అందరికీ జై హింద్ చెప్పి జై పర్యావరణంతో దీన్ని ముగిస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి కరుణ్ కుమార్ గారు.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ కరుణ్ కుమార్ సార్. మాతృభాష పట్ల మీ అభిమానం చూరుకున్నాము. ప్రపంచ పర్యావరణ దినోత్సవంలో మీరు ఒక ప్రదర్శించిన మాతృభాష చాలా బాగుంది. మీ యొక్క భాష పట్ల మేము ఏకీవిస్తున్నాం. We are also joining with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Take everybody oath and repeat that words. I think
Ramna Naik sir, good evening sir. Professor Ramna Naik sir, good evening sir.
Good evening sir.
Yeah, this is Professor Anand Kishore from NIT Warangal sir.
Anand sir, my speech highlighted sir.
I also have a great word of appreciation for Dr. Professor Anand Kishore garu, Kola NIT Warangal. Sir, you have done actually presented in a very, very excellent manner. The content was so good and so much applicable for today's present day, what is happening in with the plastic. Sir, it is appreciable for your talk and wonderful and very pragmatic talk. Thank you for today's this thing. And I also appreciate Adinana garu for joining this program. Welcome, Mari Ramesh garu koda.
Sir. Good evening, sir. Karna Kumar garu. Anand Kishore garu. Good evening, sir. ఈ రోజు నేను గమనించింది ఏంటంటే, స్వచ్ఛమైన తెలుగు భాషలో ఇందాక బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి గారు మాట్లాడుతుంటే నాకు ఎంతో బాగా అనిపించిందంటే, అసలు నేను ఐఏఐలో చేరినప్పటి నుంచి కూడా ఇది చాలా బాగుంది ఈ రోజున. ఎందుకంటే మన మాతృభాషని, ఇంత కమ్మని మాతృభాషని, బ్రహ్మాండమైన ఏదైనా కూడా మనం అన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయగలుగుతాం. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ నాకు చాలా బాగా నచ్చింది అది. ఇందాక ఒక విషయంలో బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి గారు చాలా చెప్పారు, చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి గారు. దాంట్లో వారు ఏమంటారంటే, ఇది నినాదంగా మిగిలిపోకూడదు అన్నారు. కానీ జనరల్గా ఈ నినాదమే మన విధానం కావాలి. ఈ రోజున 5వ తేదీని ఏదైతే చేసుకుంటున్నామో, ఈ ఒక్క రోజును పక్కన పెడితే, ఈ ఒక్కరోజు యాక్షన్ ప్లాన్ ప్రిపేర్ చేయడానికి మనం సమగ్రంగా దీన్ని వాడుకొని 325 రోజుల్లో ఈ ఒక్కరోజు ఇస్తే 364 రోజులు కూడా మనం దీనికి ఒక ఉద్యమపరంగా చేస్తే కానీ మనం న్యాయం చేసినట్టు కాదు. ముఖ్యంగా మనకు తెలుసు ఈ రోజున మనం ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా కూడా ఈ బఫే మీల్స్ ఉంది. ఈ మధ్య నేను మా మంత్రి గారు జూపల్లి కృష్ణారావు గారితో పాటు ఇటీవల రవీంద్ర భారతిలో సకల కళాకారుల మీటింగ్ జరిగినప్పుడు అక్కడ మన సార్ ఏమన్నారంటే మీటింగ్ చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ఆ ప్లేట్లు మనకు విస్తరాకు ఏదైతే ఇస్తున్నారో మనం గమనించి ఉంటాము, దాంట్లో సన్నని పొరతోని ఒక లేయర్ ఉంటుంది. పూర్వకాలంలో అయితే మనం ఆకులు అది కుట్టుకొని దాంతో తినేవాళ్ళం. ఇప్పుడు సన్న లేయర్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ లేయర్ ఎంత డేంజర్, ఇట్ ఇస్ సో మైక్రో, ద థిక్నెస్ ఇస్ వెరీ మైక్రో అండ్ వేర్ ఇట్ కెన్ కాజ్ ద క్యాన్సర్ ఆల్సో ఫర్ ద యూజర్స్. సో అట్లాంటి దాంట్లో ఒక ఉద్యమం ఏమి తెచ్చామంటే ఆ రవీంద్ర భారతి వేదికగా నిండు సభలో 1000 మంది మధ్యలో ఆ రోజు ఒక రిజల్యూషన్ పాస్ చేశాం. ఏమనంటే మనం ఎవ్వరు చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళం కానీ, విఘ్నులం కానీ, ఇంజనీర్లం కానీ, ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ కానీ మనం ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా కూడా మన ప్లేటు మన గ్లాసు మనం క్యారీ చేద్దామని చెప్పాను. నేను కూడా నా వెహికల్లో గత మాసం నుంచే నా ప్లేటు నా గ్లాసు పెట్టుకున్నా, ఎక్కడ అక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకోవట్లేదు. దీనివల్ల 2 ఉపయోగాలు. ఒకటి ఏమిటంటే మనముగా మేలు చేసుకున్న వాళ్ళం అవుతాం, రెండవది ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ని డిస్కరేజ్ చేసిన వాళ్ళం అవుతాం. సో ఈ రకంగా చాలా చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. నాకు ఏమైనా మరి సమయం ఎంత ఇస్తారో నాకు తెలియదు. నేను కొంచెం ఆఫీసు పని ఒత్తిడి వల్ల లేట్గా జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. సో ఐ హావ్ టేకెన్ ఐ థింక్ మోర్ దెన్ 2-3 minutes. If I am permitted, I will speak. Otherwise,
సోదరులు మర్రిమేష్ గారు చెప్పినట్టు బ్రహ్మాడ్ సాబ్, నెక్స్ట్ కమిటీ మీటింగ్ లో వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ లక్నో సెంటర్ లో దేర్ ఇస్ నో సింగిల్ ప్లాస్టిక్. పూజలు చిన్న పూజలు పెడతారు, అట్లనే మనం పెడతాం. అండ్ యాజ్ అవర్ బ్రహ్మాడ్ సాబ్ సెడ్ అండ్ మర్రిమేష్ సాబ్ సెడ్, వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఫాలో. అసలు గవర్నమెంట్ డిమాండ్ చేయాలి, ఆల్ ప్లాస్టిక్ కంపెనీస్ షుడ్ బి స్టాప్డ్. ఇప్పుడే ఒక సాడ్ న్యూస్ విన్నాము, మిత్రుడు మాగంటి గోపిరాజు గారు జూబ్లీస్ ఎమ్మెల్యే చనిపోయినట్టు. ఆయన కూడా సఫరింగ్ విత్ పొల్యూషన్. వెరీ సాడ్ థింగ్.
ఏమైనా చనిపోయారా?
జస్ట్ నౌ పాస్డ్ అవే.
అయ్యో.
So let us make a resolution, sir, on
Yeah.
this meeting.
Yes, sir.
We should use in మన సెంటర్ లో మనము తిరుపతిలో నాట్ అలౌడ్ ఎనీ ప్లాస్టిక్ బాటిల్, ఓన్లీ గాజు బాటిల్స్ అలౌడ్. మనం కూడా ఆ టైప్ గ్లాసు కొని పెట్టుకోవాలి. ఇటే ఒక 40-50 గ్లాసులు కొనడం పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లం.
లక్నో సెంటర్ లో బ్రహ్మాడ్ సాబ్, లక్నో సెంటర్ లో చిన్న పూజలు పెట్టారు అండ్ గ్లాసెస్ బహుత్ బడియా. మేము శాంపడ్ గారు పోయించాము 2 సార్లు. మనం చిన్న పూజలు దూతాయి,
మనం కూడా చేయొచ్చు, చేద్దాం, మనమే చేద్దాం. ఎందుకంటే మనం అన్నిట్లో ముందున్నాము. కొన్ని విషయాల్లో మంచి నేర్చుకోవచ్చు వేరే వాళ్ళ దగ్గర. నో ప్రాబ్లం.
మనము బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి గారు, నేనేమంటున్నానంటే ఒకరోజు సెమినార్ ఫర్ విచ్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు బి ద కన్వీనర్.
ఐ థింక్ మనము మన సెమినార్లు అడుగుదాం. టైం అయిపోయింది. వీళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు మన 6:30కి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది మన తెలంగాణ స్టేట్. ఈ రోజు అన్ఫార్చునేట్ గా రామ్మోహన్ గారికి ఏదో అఫీషియల్ గా సమ్ ఎంక్వైరీ పడింది, ఆయన దాంట్లో కూడా is not well today. శ్రీకాంత్ గారు పాపం అన్ని డ్యూటీలు, కరుణ్ కుమార్ గారే చైర్మన్, we have to appreciate him for this one.
Nice.
And that is how Kottagudem now encouraged and inspired by our Telangana State Center, and they are moving very forward, and I'm very happy. They are conducting regularly programs, whether it is Zoom or physical or whatever. And sir, always there is a support from Telangana State Center. It's not the Brahma Reddy or anybody. It is Telangana State Center. All have agreed. Even last meeting also, this point has come to help the local centers. They are our own brothers and part of our family of Telangana State Center.
Brothers and sisters also.
By virtue of your residence there, you are there as a member. You are always welcome, and we want you to do the program at par with the Telangana State Center and excel as the best local centers. This is my request, sir. You have to take initiative. You are all younger. Touching, I think even less than 50, you have a lot of life, and you must save this institution of engineers, which was under threat for closure earlier also. Now also, I think this time, of course, topic did not come up in council. This recent council, again, June it is there. We'll see that this will not come, because everything I'm posting to SDG and President. Whatever your program is there, I'm posting to.
Okay,
so let us you close it, sir, your program with Janaganman. Then they will start.
another 9 minutes is there, sir.
6:21.
Sir, vote of thanks, can I read?
చెప్పండి vote of thanks only
Okay, right,
close
right.
it in 4-5
Right.
sentences.
Right, sir. So, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee and
Then they will
Kottagudem
start
local
IE
Another
Telangana
9
of the
minutes
Institution
sir.
of the Engineers,
అదే
India,
అందుకని
it's my privilege
21.
and honor to extend my heartful felt vote of thanks to the at the conclusion of this meaningful webinar conducted in the vote of thanks, can I read? Environmental Day.
చెప్పండి vote of thanks only
Okay, right,
close
right.
it in 4-5
Right,
sentences.
right, sir. So, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee and
Then they will
Kottagudem
start
local
IE
Another 9
Telangana
of the
minutes
Institution of the
sir.
Engineers,
అదే
India,
అందుకని
it's my privilege
21.
and honor to extend my heartful felt vote of thanks to the at the conclusion of this meaningful webinar conducted in the vote of thanks, can I read? Environmental Day.
చెప్పండి vote of thanks only
Okay, right,
close
right.
it in 4-5
Right,
sentences.
right, sir. So, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee and
Then they will
Kottagudem
start
local
IE
Another 9
Telangana
of the
minutes
Institution of the
sir.
Engineers,
అదే
India,
అందుకని
it's my privilege
21.
and honor to extend my heartful felt vote of thanks to the at the conclusion of this meaningful webinar conducted in the vote of thanks, can I read? Environmental Day.
చెప్పండి vote of
Sir,
thanks
why it is
only
written
close
right,
it in
right.
4-5
Right.
sentences.
Right, sir. So, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee and
Then they will
Kottagudem
start
And first and foremost, I express my deepest gratitude to our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor K. Anand Kishore from the Department of Chemical Engineering, NIT Warangal. Sir, your insightful address has shed light on the scientific and technological perspective of the tackling plastic pollution and has truly enriched our understanding of the sustainable alternatives. Your expressed and valuable time and deeply appreciated. A special thanks to our chief guest, Engineer B. Brahma Reddy Garu, immediate past chairman IEA Telangana State Center. Sir, your encouraging words and visionary message have been inspired us to take individual and collective action towards the clear and greenery future. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to all the participants, dignitaries, faculty members, students, and well-wishers who joined us today and made this webinar a successful through your active involvement and enthusiasm. I beg thank you to our organizing team for their dedicated efforts behind the scenes, ensure that smooth execution of today's event. Let us all carry forward to the message today webinar and strive to reduce the plastic use, promote sustainability and protect our environment for future generation. Once again, thanks to you all. Stay safe, stay green. Jai Hind. National anthem followed by national anthem.
Okay.
వద్దొద్దు మళ్ళీ మన ఇంకో ఈవెంట్ ఉంది కదా
అది వేరు, దానికి దీనికి సంబంధం
Let us
లేదండి.
all
ఇది
carry
కొత్త
forward to
కూడా.
the message.
You complete this program with Janganman.
ఇది ఈ సెషన్ వేరు
ఒక
కదా.
జనగణమన పెట్టు
This is different. This belongs to other center.
శ్రీనివాస్ జనగణమన పెట్టు వద్దొద్దు మళ్ళీ మన ఇంకో ఈవెంట్ ఉంది కదా
అది వేరు, దానికి దీనికి సంబంధం
Let us all
లేదండి.
carry
ఇది కొత్త
forward to
కూడా.
the message.
You complete this program with Janganman.
ఇది ఈ సెషన్ వేరు
ఒక
కదా.
జనగణమన పెట్టు
This is different. This belongs to other center.
శ్రీనివాస్ జనగణమన పెట్టు
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड
మళ్ళీ మన ఇంకో ఈవెంట్ ఉంది కదా
అది వేరు, దానికి దీనికి సంబంధం
Let us all
లేదండి.
carry forward to the message.
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा
ఈ సెషన్
ఒక
వేరు కదా.
జనగణమన పెట్టు
This is different. This belongs to other center.
तव शुभ आशीष पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड
మళ్ళీ మన ఇంకో ఈవెంట్ ఉంది కదా
దానికి దీనికి సంబంధం
Let us all carry forward to the message.
ఒక జనగణమన పెట్టు
జై హింద్.
Jai Hind.